discuss about the Royal Rumble, the matches that are going to take place, and just my overall opinion on how the matches are going to end. Let me repeat that. Welcome to World of Wrestling. Here today to discuss about the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, the card itself, the results I think might happen, and also on top of that, go over some of the news and rumors that's going around in WWE about the Royal Rumble. I heard that the Raw show last night was actually decent. Highly doubt that. I will go ahead and review it for you guys on Thursday, so I will be going that and give you guys my side of the story. I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to be absolute garbage. And that's all there is to it. And not build stars. And what else is new? They've been doing that for fucking years now. Nothing else new with this company. All they know how to do is take one superstar and put them in there and do what you got to do with them, and that's it. So they don't build any. They don't have fresh new faces. They're like fucking time. Keep repeating the past. Keep repeating everything. And if I'm coming in weird or anything like that, I apologize. Going around, which is actually being stated as fact, they're stating that good old Ronda Rousey is coming back to the WWE for a Royal Rumble return in the actual match itself. Now, I am noticing on my computer through my camera computer, it's in very weird. The time frame is coming in weird. And I think I'm going to have to stop doing these on this computer. I'm going to try it on my old computer on the next video, the next stream. But nothing's coming in properly. Coming off weird. 1 minute coming in fine. Next minute coming in all warped out. And it's like way behind on everything. So this is a very odd situation. Not sure what's going on, but it's coming in very fucked up. I don't know if there's something running on behind here. Let me just take a look. But yeah, the time on here is not coming in very well. Saying that 3 minutes and 26 seconds and it'll go to 3 minutes and 30. So this is coming in. This is coming in like fucking dog shit. Anyway, that is correct, folks. You heard it right here on the channel. Ronda Rousey's coming back to the WWE. She's coming back to perform in front of a WWE crowd championship. Ultimately, to either give the title to Ronda Rousey, which she might be doing that. They might actually go that route and give her the fucking title, which I wouldn't be surprised by. Or I may just have themselves in a fucking corner. No stars being built, nothing going on, everything screwed up. Kind of like this live stream I got going on here. Nobody's here, nobody's talking. I don't blame you. This fucking stream's coming in terrible. I don't know, man. Next week, I'm going to try my other computer, see if that works. This one I'm using, I don't generally use for anything. I just have it for entertainment purposes. My other computer I use for work, but I will try it on the other computer just so that I could get a better stream possibly and see how that works out. If it doesn't come in well, I'm going to have to go ahead and discontinue with these live streams until I can figure out how to get these live streams coming in better and what have you. So, as if this is coming in like shit, though. So, yeah, based on what's being said right now with the behind the scenes in WWE, this is all being stated by Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Esparza is slated to be at the pay-per-view and Raw this coming week. We are told that that has been locked in at a time. So I have no idea. This is bizarre. Why now they choose to do this is crazy. And the only reason why is it's real simple. They have no one to face for the women's championships. Either one. I don't know what they're going to do on the SmackDown end of things. But I have no idea. Johnson added that WWE's ready and wants Rousey for WWE WrestleMania 38. This is pathetic. This is just a desperate attempt to fulfill a slot or card spot on the pay-per-view so they have something more money noteworthy for their fans to watch. Now, bottom line, let's be real. If you built your state them important, wouldn't people give a shit about your product and it would actually be moneymaker? Of course it would. But unfortunately, that's not what WWE's all about. They're about making money with the least amount of effort to be placed into this company. And that is a major issue in this company and has been the past 7 years or so. So let's get real, man. This is a really terrible situation. I don't know what the fuck these people are smoking, but they need a way. Matt87 Eagle says, screw WWE, talk about GCW, game changer wrestling. I would, Matt87 Eagle, but there's one problem. I didn't buy the pay-per-view, and I didn't watch much of the pay-per-view on the other little, pirate websites. So I'm not going to go ahead and cover something I have not purchased and watched yet. Based from what I heard from JD from New York 206, he thought it was a fucking joke show. It was an overhyped ECW of ECW. I watched a couple of the matches back in like 2019 or something like that, just when Jon Moxley left WWE to come at AEW. He performed in a shoot wrestling match, where they didn't do a whole lot of anything. Not really a lot of wrestling holds, more like slapping, punching, grappling, things of that sort, but nothing of the kind of nature we're used to. Then it kind of shifted over to an like ECW type mentality where there's hardcore rules and just a lot of anarchy based on what I've seen. I don't know what they did in previously. Maybe they were doing that. They tried something different. I don't really follow GCW. I would like to, but I can't purchase every single pay-per-view that they do, because every purchase week after week a GCW pay-per-view. But when I get the chance, which I should be able to do that at some point, probably by next week, I should be able to cover that. I will go over that with you here on the channel on Tuesday if I happen to purchase it. If not, I will be discussing about something totally different and give you guys my insight on that once I have completely finished and taken care of. So don't worry, that will be taken care of if I have the money. And I'll let you know by Saturday if I was able to purchase that pay-per-view or not. It's called GC. I was able to purchase that. A few other rumors going around. I'm going to go over just the matches real quick, because I actually haven't watched a single episode of the Royal Rumble. Not Royal Rumble, Raw or SmackDown. As you guys can tell, I have not uploaded a single video about these episodes. I've had the intention of doing it, but I just didn't feel like doing it because I know what to expect. It's going to be garbage, so what's the point? Anyway, let me go over the matches here. Let's start at the very bottom of the barrel here. The Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. Really? Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. Do I really need to wonder who's going to win that match? I don't think so. I'm pretty certain I know Becky Lynch is retaining the title, especially with the rumors going around that Ronda Rousey will be at the Royal Rumble match. So obviously, she's going to retain the championship, and we're going to get Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. I guarantee you that. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Women's Royal Rumble is the main event. I wouldn't be surprised by it. Really wouldn't. Following that, we got Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice. Well, thank goodness they were smart enough to give Edge a finish with this at the Royal Rumble and not extending it all the way to WrestleMania, because this would be absolute crap. Matt 87 Eagle says, in non-wrestling news, Rock has stated that he has plans on work on another video game movie, one that he holds to high regard for being pure badass, and the series he's played in multiple games. Okay, and what would that be? People are already thinking it's God of War. What the fuck? Him playing God of War. Sorry, Matt. I don't think The Rock would be the best suitable role for Kratos. Probably more along the lines of Vin Diesel. I think he's more suitable for that role. Worse and worse and worse. Now, if you want to bring up about Gears of War, that would probably a role he could probably take. I could imagine him doing a role like that. He would probably, he'd probably do Finn. Kratos, I don't know. I don't know. I think the Samoan, not to sound racist or anything, because I'm not racist whatsoever, but the Samoan role and the way they portray Kratos is more of a kind of a supernatural white guy. But, I'm not going to touch on it any further than that. I don't want to offend anybody. I know people are sensitive on that crap, so I'm not even going to get into that. But whatever. It's no big deal. Whoever it is, fine. If it's a job, kudos to him. If not, whatever. Daniel says, hey, I'm here. Nice to hear from you, man. Been catching on the comments on the videos. I greatly appreciate the support. I greatly appreciate everyone supporting this channel. I work very hard to do this job, and I don't even get paid for it. I do this out of the pure fact that I enjoy doing this. This is my hobby. This is my passion to do. I never would ask any of you to give me a super chat. I don't even think I can receive a super chat right now at this point because of the level of my channel. I only got 233 subscribers, 235, but apparently I guess some of my former subscribers heard my rant on the Gunther thing and they must have unsubscribed, because that's when I started noticing people unsubscribing afterwards from that video. So, or maybe I just didn't pump out enough videos for you guys and they just got sick of it and decided to say, goodbye, I'm going. Well, if that's what you want to do, by all means. I'm not here 24/7. This is not my full-time job. This is something I do out of enjoyment and because I love pro wrestling. I got to be real with myself. 233 subscribers ain't going to cut it. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead. Hit the like button on the video. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're brand new. Some of you that are coming on the chat, I've noticed a lot of you, so you don't have to hit the subscribe button because then you'll unsubscribe to the channel anyway. anyway, but that are already subscribed and some of the people have already coming in the best it can. I'm going to try to resolve that. If worst case scenario, I'm going to have to start doing videos through my actual phone so that I can give you guys a better, suitable video so that you guys enjoy what I have to say. And we can always just talk in the comment section down below the videos from here on out. If worst case scenario, I cannot figure out a way to resolve this issue. Hopefully it's coming in good now. I'm noticing a lot of you are starting to come in. I mean, not a ton, but, like 3-4 people ain't a lot. But for me, being at the kind of level of a channel I am, I'm pretty happy with that right now at this point. I wish I could get it to 20 or 25. That would make things a lot better. But hey, I can't be, a beggar, and I can't get all crazy over it. So hopefully this stream is coming in okay. I'm noticing a lot of new people. Not new people. I know that you guys are subscribed, but generally most of the time you guys miss the video. So I'm going to go ahead and read off some of these comments that are being made in the chat. I'd like to bring this to the attention in the video so other people that are watching can hear your voice. So Kevin Abreu says, WWE unhappy with the NXT 2.0 product. Yeah, no kidding. I why wouldn't they be? I mean, the NXT 1.0 was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it. The problem is the way it's being managed. The company is being managed terribly. I was watching NXT every single week, never missing a day. Wednesday, if I couldn't watch it Wednesday, because next night, and I do a review on it, or I watch it immediately after the show is over. It wouldn't make a difference. You guys would always get the review on NXT every single week. What drew me away and broke the camel's back was real simple. You got one of the best NXT world champions going at that present time, appearing on the main roster and losing to Jeff Hardy in less than 5 minutes with a roll-up pinfall with his feet on the rope to cheat to get the win. That is ridiculous. That is pathetic. And that is when I woke up and said, these people are never going to build a new star. It don't matter what they do. It's a joke. The whole developmental system is a joke. It doesn't make any difference. So there you go. That is why NXT is a failure. That is why NXT failed against AEW's ratings. And that is why they couldn't compete against AEW Dynamite. AEW beat them not because NXT couldn't beat them. It's because of the way NXT stars that came from that brand to the main roster were not being made into stars. They were being made into jokes, which made people think that NXT was a joke. It's that you just are blinded. You are a blinded person who is not paying attention to the logic that's going on here. And that's what's going on in WWE. That's why nobody's getting over. That's why this NXT 2.0 is not going to get over. No one's getting over ever. If you don't believe me, if you just came in, just stated Ronda Rousey's coming back to the Women's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. She's coming back with Becky Lynch, of course, obviously. So there's no doubt about it. It's taking place. It's going to happen, and it's a guarantee. You don't even have to watch the Women's Royal Rumble. It's set in stone. It's happening. There ain't no doubt about it. Moving on. Daniel says, I feel like an animated Fortnite would be what The Rock could do since he's the foundation in the story right now. I don't know. I don't play Fortnite. I don't know anything about it. So I apologize, Daniel, but I'm not too familiar with Fortnite. I've heard of it. I've seen it being advertised on Xbox and PlayStation, but I just don't play that stuff very often. I don't play it at all, actually. What am I talking about? Matt 87 Eagle, of course they're unhappy. They killed something that worked and don't know why people hate the changes. Just what I just said. Leaves any of these stars to bring it up, you're going to have any confidence in. You've given us the belief that you have no confidence whatsoever in future stars. You don't build future stars. You're bringing in people from outside of the wrestling world into it so that you can build and make money off of the big pay-per-view coming up, which is WrestleMania. It's that simple. Simple as day, man. Anyway, Big On says, everybody's saying they're not pre-ordering WWE 2K22 until we see gameplay and the roster. I would have to agree. After the experience that everybody had with 2K20, with WWE, who the fuck's going to want to go out and spend $69.99 or $59.99, depending on which gen gaming console you're using to purchase this? I would not. I would wait, see how things are. And even then, if you really are tight on money, you don't have a lot of flexibility, I would wait until that price drops very low. And on top of it, you want to make sure that the gameplay is 10 times better than 2K20 ever was. Maybe even better than 2K19. I mean, 2K19 wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. There was no excitement to the game. It just had a lot less. To Kevin Abreu again, if WWE planned to do Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, the need to turn Becky babyface because her heel run is not good. Cringe promo. At this point, I don't give a fuck what Becky Lynch is. I don't care if she's a face. I don't care if she's a heel. I don't care if she's blowing Seth freaking Rollins at this point. I really don't. I don't give a flying fuck what she's doing. She's had a run going for her, and they made her drop the title so that they could do this shit. This is important. Coming back and facing Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 38 is a very important thing for these people when they should be worrying about building new stars. Yeah, you want to throw Ronda Rousey in there? Okay, fine. Why not have Ronda Rousey go after Charlotte Flair? Oh, I know. Becky Lynch, she got the big screw job finish against Matt. I should say her shoulder, not her arm. Point being is, folks, why should we care now? This was done 3 years ago, 2019. Why would anyone care? Especially with the excitement that comes into this product. Who's going to remember? Who's going to give a shit? I know I won't. I know you guys won't. Why should we care about something that took place 3 fucking years ago? Now we're going to bring it to the table for people to actually take interest in this shit. This match should have took place 3 years ago. 1-on-1. No Charlotte Flair bullshit. Now, granted, Charlotte Flair did have some reason to be added into this because of the fact of what she did to Ronda Rousey at WWE Survivor Series of 2018. But still, guys, she shouldn't have been facing either one of these women. It should have been Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. That's it. Now they want to do this now 3 years later after Becky Lynch should have came back a year later after the situation took place. Instead, they want to wait 3 years to revisit this. Who the fuck cares? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, Matt87 Eagle says, I don't know why anyone would want WWE 2K22 regardless if you see gameplay or not. Well, Matt, I will say this. I'm interested in it. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys, oh, I'm not interested in buying this game and blah, blah, blah. I like pro wrestling. I know that WWE is a terrible product, but at least with WWE's video games, you have some control over what's taking place in game. It's called WWE Universe Mode, where cutscenes don't exactly apply. But if you take it in an old school mentality where you base it off, I mean, it's really kind of entertaining and fun to do the game, especially if you have your own YouTube channel where you do this kind of universe mode stuff. So, Anyway, Daniel says, when NXT 2.0 first existed, it's one of Vince's gas chambers. Vince McHitler strikes again. Yep, I have to agree with you, Daniel. This is definitely a Hitler type of mentality. This guy gasses people and kills them. I even think I stated that on the NXT rants that I delivered about Walter changing to Gunther. So Big On says, when will WWE 2K22 reveal gameplay and roster? I have no idea. And to be quite honest with you, Big On, I don't care. They reveal it when they reveal it. It's supposedly being released in March of 2022. So probably in the middle of February, they'll release the gameplay. They'll release all the information on how you can do things. To be quite frank with you, even giving people an advertisement what this game's going to be like, how it's going to turn out to be, and so on and so forth. So I think I got a foreigner. I do apologize. I can't really read the name. It says it's spelled CAETH or TNAHA. I'm not sure, and they said VOR.RED. Not quite sure what that means. I apologize, but I have no idea. Kevin Abreu says, my idea was Becky versus Bayley for WrestleMania 38. To be quite frank with you, I would be okay with that, but still, we're not building new stars. We're taking the 4 horsewomen and utilizing them into agree with it because it's not been done heavily. I don't even think these two faced each other yet on a WWE main roster program. So I would be okay with it, but still, we're not really building new stars. And that's a problem. We need to build new stars. We need to get new people that are to the equivalent of a Becky Lynch, a Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. If not, roster. They have a very small roster. I mean, let's be real. AEW's got a better roster than fucking WWE when it comes to the women. And the women wrestling in WWE about a year or two ago were better than AEW. And after 1 year's turn, Sheeta, Britt Baker, whether you like her or you don't, I don't like her. Jade Cargill is even made into a star more than any of the women on the women's roster for WWE's main roster. It's that pathetic. I mean, she can't wrestle worth a continental crap, yet she's positioned as somebody that grabs your attention. Her only downfall is her wrestling ability. That's it. That's sad, man. A woman who can't wrestle, you get more intimidation from that woman than you would from any of the WWE women that are not the 4 horsewomen. That's pretty pathetic, really. Big On goes ahead and says, I only watched WWE NXT 2.0 just to see Toxic Attraction. Well, if you're interested in the women, I can't blame you. What man can't be interested? So Kevin Abreu says, I wish WWE unified both women's championships, the men's tag team championships, because they don't have a division. That would also include the world championships. I think it's time to get rid of the draft, the split brand bullshit. I mean, haven't you guys noticed the ring ropes are the same colors? They're all white. They're not red and blue anymore. They're the same exact color. It reminds me of 2013/2014 all the way through until we went into this draft. WWE's brand split again in 2016. All they keep doing is going round and round in circles. They're like a fucking laundry. They're like a washer. They just spin the clothes round and round. Same thing with a dryer. It just spins the clothes round and round and round. That's all they're doing. They're just spinning in circles. They're not going anywhere. They're like a hamster in a wheel. Just trying to go, but they're going nowhere. That's all they do. That's WWE for you, folks. And we got to sit through 3+ hours of Royal Rumble this coming Saturday. I am actually thankful that this is on Saturday and not a Sunday, because I got work the next fucking day. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to sit through fucking Royal Rumble and watch it on my last day off for the weekend. I'd rather get it over with on my first day off, with Saturday being that, and then have Sunday to relax, enjoy the 2 playoff games for the NFL, and have more fun with that than watch this piece of shit that will probably be garbage. It might surprise us. They've done that before in the past. They've put no effort into it, and then they have the pay-per-view, and the matches turn out to be entertaining. But if you want to watch this on a weekly show, you're getting nothing from it. No benefit from it. You're gaining nothing. It's pointless. Next up, Daniel states, I'm still mad WWE doesn't want to push new people like AEW does. Ali and Brian Kendrick deserved more. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Daniel. I am in the same boat. I've been preaching about this for years now. I've been talking about this to you guys for years. There ain't nothing going to change. Nobody's going to care. And this company is just going to continue to sink further and further. And they're only going to keep and maintain their retards, their retarded fans that continue to watch the product because they're brainwashed and think this is good stuff. And it's really not. It's terrible. Kevin Abreu says, I saw Kevin Owens and a Big E SmackDown. What is the point of the WWE draft? Really, Kevin Owens and Big E were on SmackDown this past week? I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it. You gotta be kidding. I've been staying in my own lane, guys. I haven't watched JD from New York 206's reviews. I've been staying to myself, pretty much trying to come up with my own opinions and my own facts based on what I see. And from what I see, it's fucking terrible. So, it is what it is. Big On says, I feel like 2K22 only cares about money. That's why, on, because I'll tell you this much. If they're happy with the product they produce, they're just rushing it so they can make a shitload of money. Big On also stated earlier before that comment, he states the Royal Rumble is Saturday. That means I can put the Royal Rumble on the pay-per-view Saturday instead of Sunday like he normally does because he just doesn't want to compete against the NFL. He ought to move Monday Night Raw to another day so that he doesn't have to compete to Monday Night Football because even the shittiest games, Pedro goes on to say, by the time Vince retires, we'd be in a zombie apocalypse. I don't know where you came up with that one, but zombie apocalypse ain't ever going to really happen. But I guess if you want to say this is a zombie apocalypse based on the fact that we're all getting sick from this stupid virus and you want to revert to the idea of Resident Evil, yeah, I guess you could say we're in a zombie apocalypse. Only one good positive thing about all this, we're not all running around trying to eat each other and turn each other into zombies. We're just happening to walk past the other person who might be sick, and we're passing it on to them, making them nice and sick and feeling like crap for a whole week or two. So, yeah. But, yeah, Vince is really a sad individual and really a petty one, too. It's pathetic. But let me get into. You guys can continue leaving your comments in the chat. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But I'd like to get through the rest of the card so I can go over that with you guys, and I'll come back to the comments as well. So you guys can go ahead and talk with me. I'll come back to you as soon as possible and get through some of these matches and tell you guys my thoughts on it. So anyway, Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice. I'm going to have to say Edge and Beth Phoenix are going to win this match. They're going to get another victory over The Miz and Maurice. This is not a brain teaser. This is very easy stuff. I'll just jump to the Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley match for the WWE Championship. I don't understand why this isn't being pushed for the WrestleMania pay-per-view. I really don't. It really is kind of odd to me that Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley is not placed into the main event for night one, and then we get Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, or Roman Reigns versus whoever in night two. But this is a really odd situation, to be quite frank with you. Because I would say Brock Lesnar retains. We get Roman Reigns retaining his championship against Seth Rollins. I am not calling him Seth freaking Rollins every single time I say his name. That's just freaking ridiculous. But yeah, I would imagine Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns retaining their titles against their opponents. Obviously, I think that that would be the proper way of doing things, but they'll probably do something different. Like they'll have Bobby Lashley maybe win the match with a screw job finish with Roman Reigns possibly. And then he would join into the Men's Royal Rumble pay-per-view or Men's Royal Rumble and win the whole fucking thing. And that's probably what's going to happen for all I know. But I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say Brock Lesnar's retaining as well as Roman Reigns is retaining his world championship. I'm hoping that that we get to see Brock Lesnar face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship and the WWE title and unifying the belts. But also, I'm forgetting something else. I'm also forgetting that possibly Roman Reigns may lose the championship to Seth Rollins, and the WWE Championship will come back over to the SmackDown side while the Universal title goes back to the Raw side. After everything that Roman Reigns has done, and I've heard rumors that this may happen at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. After all the things Roman Reigns has done, with the reign he's had probably one of the best reigns since CM Punk as WWE Champion, Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, guys like that. And Brock Lesnar also as Universal Champion back in 2017, going into 2018. And yet, we're going to possibly see Seth Rollins be the guy to beat Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. The funny part about all this is, guys, this isn't WrestleMania. This is where I would actually have Roman Reigns lose the championship. I'd have him lose it at WrestleMania, not at the fucking Royal Rumble. That is retarded. Seth Rollins wouldn't be the guy I'd pick for this. This is ridiculous. I'd build a new star and get him to win the championship. That plain and simple. That's easy. It's that easy. But WWE want to do that? Of course not. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that at all. We're going to refocus things back with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns onto SmackDown with the WWE title on there and do it that way. This company is so jacked up, it's fucking retarded. That's all there is to it. But hey, what are you going to do? The Women's Royal Rumble match. Easy thing to say. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to, go on a tangent. I've already done that earlier in this video, so I'm going to state it right here now. Ronda Rousey's winning the Royal Rumble. Nothing to discuss there. And the Men's Royal Rumble, I have no fucking idea. I really don't. The only thing I can think of is we get Roman Reigns to lose the title, go to the Royal Rumble match, and win the Royal Rumble. Now, how many of you are going to enjoy seeing Roman Reigns lose his championship, go to the Royal Rumble match, and then win the Royal Rumble itself? You want to talk about building new stars, entertainment? Bullshit. Well, actually, they called themselves the worldwide leader in sports entertainment back in the Attitude Era. And, between the New Generation to Attitude Era, they stated that all the time. They're nothing. They're no leader in any. And it's a bunch of crap. So I'm going to say this. With the WWE Championship, the Universal Championship, and the Men's Royal Rumble. This is not going to get you guys very happy. It's not going to get you guys very excited. But I am giving you a fair warning to expect this to happen. It is real simple. With all the rumors we getting from behind the scenes going around that Roman Reigns was supposed to lose the Universal Championship at day one against Brock Lesnar. So that's why Brock to challenge for the Universal title at WrestleMania. But since they're switched up with the titles, they're going to have Seth Rollins win the championship. Then Roman Reigns is going to go in the Royal Rumble. He's going to win the fucking Royal Rumble itself. He's going to challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. That's it, plain and simple. That's all he's going to do. They're going to drag this out and, have him go ahead, probably tease an idea of him wanting revenge over Seth Rollins. But in reality, he's just going to say to himself, the hell with this. I want Brock Lesnar. I want to kick his ass. And that's that. End of story, done and over with. So that's all I'm going to have to say there. Let's go into the chat, and then we're going to pretty much cut it short unless you guys continue to, state your cover here. Let's get into it. Kevin Abreu says, what was your favorite pay-per-view of 2021? Oh, my God. I'm going to go on record and say Money in the Bank. That was probably the best pay-per-view of 2021. Easy. I can't think of any other pay-per-view that was better than that. Crown Jewel was good. I will admit that, but it wasn't as good as Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank felt like it was at a whole nother level. Crown Jewel was a good, decent pay-per-view, fun show. It wasn't terrible like all the other Crown Jewels or Super Showdowns that they've had in the past out of Saudi Arabia. So I will have to say Money in the Bank, though, was the best pay-per-view of 2021, Kevin Abreu. Daniel says, Vince is so old, he made Jurassic Park look real. That was a good one, Daniel. I like that comment. Good comment. Matt 87 Eagle says, our good buddy Bruce, actually 20 years. God help us. This guy's going to run this company 10 to 20 more years? Yeah, right. That's like Tom Brady saying he's going to keep playing until he's in his 50s. Get fucking break, man. This guy's out of his fucking mind. You gotta be crazy. They're already in talks about Tom Brady wanting to retire possibly. And he's even mentioned that he's going to go and talk to his family and see what his family thinks. If his family agrees, he's going to, continue to play. If they don't want him to play anymore, he's going to retire. Shows where his balls are in his wife's purse. He should be able to make this decision himself, not his family making the decision for him. It's real simple. What matters to you most? The game of football, wife, and kids. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has a lot more to play for. He has a lot more to prove. What does Tom Brady have to prove to himself anymore? In the fucking third quarter, and his team managed to get 4 fumble recoveries, and he almost won the damn game. If his defense would have played good in the last few seconds of that game, it would have went to overtime, and I guarantee overtime game, we would have been witnessing the same thing Patrick Mahomes did against the Bills in the game after that. And Tom Brady would have been moving on to the next round of the playoffs instead of the Rams. We would have been seeing the 49ers versus the Bucks. What's there to care about with pro wrestling? Jesus Christ. Kevin Abreu says Big E never got his rematch again. Brock Lesnar, like Kofi, also. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Kevin Abreu. That's very true. I just I think the whole thing is ridiculous. I agree. I think Brock Lesnar should have faced Big E at Royal Rumble, and we should see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. But give me one moment, guys. But anyway, let me see here. I lost track of what I was saying. Yeah, but I think Brock Lesnar and Big E should have been at the Royal Rumble. Hands down, we should have seen Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania 38. I've even been one of the few, I don't think anyone's come up with this idea. Get this, guys. One of my big ideas that I thought would be an outstanding one is Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in an actual real MMA fight for their World Heavyweight Championship. Now, in the chat, for the ones that are still watching, I know the stream has not been the best, so I apologize. I know it's been crap. Hit a 1 if you would like to see that. If not, hit a 2. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, WrestleMania in an MMA legit fight. You know why I say that, guys? Real simple. It's because of the fact that we got these MMA shoots from Shane McMahon. I think it was in 2001. Yeah, I think it was in 2001. And then in 2000, it was just a complete failure. The idea of bringing that back to a WrestleMania event would be outstanding. Kevin Abreu, you just blew me away. You say 2, it's a bad idea. Give me Raw Underground for WrestleMania 38. Can you please explain to me what the fuck you would want Raw Underground at WrestleMania 38? Now, if you are telling me you'd like to see Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley in a legit MMA fight in a Raw Underground format, the way it looked as their match, I'm okay with that. But you're saying give me a Raw Underground for WrestleMania 38? You got to be joking with me, Kevin Abreu. Please. I'm dumbfounded, man. It was a complete failure. If you look back on the ratings, I'm not stating this for my own personal opinion, because at one point I actually thought it was kind of a cool idea to mix it up, but it wasn't succeeding. It was failing on the ratings in the third hour. Nobody was caring to watch this shit. Every time the segment came on, people were tuning out, not tuning in. I'm sorry, Kevin Abreu, but I disagree with you on that. I do apologize, man. I hope you're just joking around with me, just pulling my lariat. If you are, please let me know. If not, I don't know why you would think that's okay. But let me go back to the original comments that were made here that I didn't catch up on. Kevin Abreu also stated, if WWE never released him, Keith Lee beat Roman Reigns WrestleMania 38. I would go with that, but if that's only if they would have built him up properly, which they didn't. So they couldn't do it at WrestleMania 38. It'd have to be a little bit later on in the future if they kept him. But it's pointless to talk about it now. It's not with the company anyway. Matt 87 Eagle says, you're telling us you didn't like any AEW pay-per-views in 2021. When the hell did I say that? I didn't say anything like that, Matt. I didn't say anything like that. I think AEW pay-per-views in 2021 were excellent. Most of them were anyway. That Revolution pay-per-view, not so much. I didn't really like the ending with the sparklers instead of the actual real explosions we should have gotten with that. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. But no, I liked most of the pay-per-views in 2021 for AEW. There's no complaints there. If you go back and listen to my reviews on them, I didn't bitch about it so much. Outside of the fucking ending with Revolution from last year. That was terrible. But everything else, I didn't have no complaints with. Kevin Abreu stated earlier why the Lakers suck this year. I'll tell you why, Kevin. It's real simple. The Lakers suck simply because of the fact that they have a roster full of old guys. The actual overall average age is around 35 years old. That is pretty bad. And that's probably one of the reasons why they're doing terrible. Russell Westbrook, I think, is a bad not saying Russell Westbrook's a bad player, but as a player with the chemistry that the Lakers have, I don't think he really blends in very well. He's got a star of the show within a team. If he's not, he doesn't play at his best ability. This is LeBron James's team. And Anthony Davis is a second star player. And then Russell Westbrook comes after both of them. So he's the third star player on the team. He's not the... Davis should be the scorer/defensive player, and LeBron James should be doing most of the scoring for the Lakers and anyone else that can contribute off the bench. That's the way I would build this team around. Russell Westbrook doesn't need to score or rebound. He's got both of those with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So that's pretty much that. That's the reason why I figure that they're losing. and they're not having a good year. I don't know how they're doing against the Nets right now. They were playing earlier before I came on here to do the pod. I guess you could call this podcast, live stream, whatever. I still need the microphone to really feel like this is a podcast, which I'm gonna eventually get sometime this year. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, Matt 87 Eagle says that pissed him off. Pissed me off that the Tampa Bay defense was awful. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And you were actually telling me this, Matt, that this team was not going to make it this year to the Super Bowl. You had a gut feeling based on their defense. They were not going to succeed. And that last drive in that game against the Rams this past Sunday definitely proved it. So, Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford lit their asses up, So that's pretty much that. Anyway, last comment, and then I'm going to head on out. I'm going to call it a day unless somebody else leaves a comment down below in the chat. Curvin, I'm sorry, I've been mispronouncing the name. It's Curvin, not Kevin. Curvin Abreu. I apologize to you, Curvin. I missed the R there. I didn't see that. What the fuck? All right, Curvin Abreu states, remember the Brawl for All. Are you talking about WCW? I'll give you a few minutes or a few seconds to respond to the question if you're still here. But if you're talking about WCW, yeah, I do remember that. They, I don't know anything much about that. I remember it existed, but WWF. Oh, yeah, boxing. Yeah. That boxing was not exactly that good either. It was terrible, but Bobby Lashley trained professional MMA fighters, so they would be able to pull this off a legit fight. And we could have actually had a real legitimate MMA fight in the middle of a WWE ring or an octagon if you want to do that somewhere around the arena and set that up. Have them compete over the WWE Championship with no storyline, done and over with. And then you build your storylines after that. It's not like this company actually builds for the future for storylines anyway. So who gives a shit? Just have the match take place, have the two compete, let them beat the shit out of each other. We all get an entertaining feel. I want to say, wrestling ain't real. Okay, well, good. We'll give you something real. We'll give you a reason to want to tune in and actually go on Peacock or even spend $59.99 for a fucking pay-per-view to sit through and watch two big, large men brawl it out over a WWE championship in a real fight. And that is something I would love to see. You want change? You want people to actually tune in? You want people really want to watch this? Imagine the kind of unbelievable stuff. If you watch the build with UFC fights, and when they go ahead and do those conference talks, it's like watching a WWE program or an AEW program. They're there to promote the fight and to help, they do their shtick. They talk the shit to each other. They tell the other what they're going to do. They get in their head psychologically and everything else in between. That is what I like to see. That's something they could have done here. And instead they made it a regular wrestling match, not to mention it's taking place at the Royal Rumble. And it's not even all that important. We all know who's going to win. Brock Lesnar's retaining. And Roman Reigns may or may not lose the title to Seth Rollins. I have no idea. But I'm going to go with Seth Rollins winning the Universal Championship. So the creators in WWE can get their dicks hard off of the fact we get to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar bang heads once more over a fucking meaningless title that gets nothing out of it. So that's really all I have to say, guys. Since there's no other comments with the terrible fucking production I got going here, I know it's not the best. I'm trying my best. Hopefully this comes in okay. If not, I will have to do these uploaded videos instead of the live streams, because I went back last week and checked out the video, and it came in terribly. There was 1 minute it was coming in fine, then it's skipping what I'm saying, and I'm just like, what the fuck? People are coming back, watch these videos, and they're like probably saying to themselves, what the fuck is this guy doing? Skipping? Is he cutting? And then for putting up with this terrible camera that I got on this computer. And greatly appreciate all the comments. A lot more comments were taking place here than normal for the last 3 episodes. So I greatly appreciate you guys for wanting to tune in. Curvin Abreu, you are MVP of the chat, man. You unloaded a lot of chats. Matt 87 Eagle, you were right behind him. Matt 87 Eagle might have surpassed Curvin Abreu, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not counting the actual the mishap for missing the off on your comment there, Matt. But then you did have 10 with the response of the idea of the Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley match. Curvin Abreu got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Holy snap. We got a tie. Kevin, wait, hold on. Nope, 11. Curvin Abreu did surpass Matt. He got 11 comments. Matthew did not. You are the MVP of most comments made in the chat. Matt 87 Eagle states you better count off. You want to win? Dude, you know me personally. These other guys that are subscribed to the channel don't. For the ones that actually comment and don't know me personally in real life, I'm going to count you more than Matt 87 Eagle because we know each other personally in real life here. So, Matt, you're just, a little snob wanting all the attention here. We know you comment all the time when I come on the video because a lot of people are probably doing their own damn thing, and their focus ain't all on my channel uploading a video saying all the crap that I can't stand about WWE. This is practically a fucking therapy session for people who can't stand WWE to begin with. So anyway, why you little Matt, you can kiss my ass, okay? Just kiss my ass. I bring you on the show, Matt, but apparently you're too much of a chicken shit to actually be on camera and talk to us instead of being like everyone else. No offense to any of you guys, but you don't want to come on the show. So, bro, any other wrestling promotions you want to talk about, and then come talk to me. For right now, you're one of the subscribers. I'm trying not to sound belittling here to you guys. I know that you guys aren't really know me personally. So, but Matt, you do know me personally, and you want to talk shit in the chat? Go fuck yourself, asshole. Anyway, guys, at this time, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And as always, for anyone that actually just after the video uploaded, leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow by AEW Dynamite.